Car time. So I've had this car for a while, about a year actually, and I finally decided to garage it because, well, it's not the most reliable thing. I mean, they're not. You take care of the car, it takes care of you, right? Well, this guy was not taken care of before I got him, so I had him for about a year. I only drove him for about half of that because he broke a lot. It also doesn't help that I can't keep my hands off of it. So this is where I'm at right now. Like I said, I bought this guy about a year ago. He is a 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse. I've done some basic mods, you know, carbon fiber gas cap for downforce. You've also got, good glory. So I removed the front bumper because I'm replacing the intercooler piping, but yeah, so in the past year, basically all I did was replace all the fluids, all the belts. Replacing the belts that were painted, so I made someone else do that. Anyways, spark plugs are new, spark plug wires are new. I did put on a tower strut brace, but I had to take that off because I'm doing this right now. Putting in some intercooler piping, solid aluminum, new blow-off valve from a 1G, and I have to figure out where to put the fuse box because it doesn't quite fit that, which kind of sucks. So yeah. Other mods include, but are not limited to, door handle, aftermarket head unit, and my stock amplifier was bad, so that's gone. Had to do a whole bypass. Took me like 2 weeks to figure that out. A custom shift knob made by my best friend. This thing is sick. Yes, he made it by hand. It's actually really, really cool. Rear seat delete. Oh, don't. Let me get. Rear seat delete, as well as a tower strut brace. Boiler delete. Ooh, I also did a whole lot of other things. I deleted the fog lights. No, actually, that's about it. Yep, that completes the list. Now a list of things that were wrong with the car when I got it. This is the fun part. Thankfully, I replaced them later, but the tabs were, well, they were bad by about 3 years. Hooray. It sometimes doesn't work. Does not work either. I still get radio, but it's supposed to like pop out, and it, well, doesn't. It's kind of a sad fellow. Pads are okay, but the rotors are very, very warped. At least it came with some sick wheels and a set of winter tires that I promptly threw out because they were terrible. Aftermarket exhaust. Things that are way too old. A driver's side door that sags really, really bad, and I will not open it because now it tries to fall off. So, whenever I get into the car, I actually have to go in through the passenger side because that's my favorite thing to do. Lights don't work. Heater doesn't work either. Well, I mean, it used to, till I took the dash apart and tried to fix the gauge cluster. And then I failed. And now the heater doesn't work for some reason. So, yep. At least the sunroof works, until it gets stuck. But that's okay. Random missing buttons. Missing center caps. You can't really see. Oh, now you can see. The side skirts are kind of coming off. This mirror was also totally busted until I fixed it because I am an amazing mechanic. It came with these tires that are, they're okay. They're Federal 595s. They look super cool, but the grip is, I don't know, they're kind of when it comes to grip. They do not handle well in the snow though. Do not use these in the snow. They don't work. I tried. I also failed. If you can't tell, that's where the battery used to be. When I first got the car wouldn't even start unless you held the terminals kind of a weird way. Thankfully, all I had to do was replace the terminals and it worked. But yeah, I just added to the list of amazing things about this amazing car. I mean, I don't want to down talk Eclipses, especially the turbocharged versions. This one is a GS-T for those of you who want to know. Turbocharged, 210 horsepower stock. These things are pretty dang awesome, some amazing power potential, but unfortunately, previous owners usually kind of beat these to death. So if you buy a used one, it's going to be a project, almost guaranteed, unless you get a clean one. Then you're lucky, and props to you for finding that. But yeah, if I ever talk bad about this car, it's because I love it and I hate it. It's difficult. That just about sums up what this car came with when I got it. Definitely a project in more ways than one. You know, you had scratches on it, dents. You had a lot of electrical issues that still bother me to this day. You know, those little gremlins. It had this weird bogging issue when I first bought it. It was like very moody and happened sporadically and couldn't drive it. And then I just waited 5 minutes and then it started working again. And then, yeah, it was weird. Then I replaced the fuel pump and the fuel filter and haven't had that issue since. So, yeah. The lights are terrible. I can barely drive at night. And I can't drive in the winter anymore because, like I said, my heater doesn't work and therefore my defogger doesn't work. So, yeah, through most of winter this year, I had to kind of use a microfiber towel and like wipe off the windshield and try to look through it like this. I couldn't really see through it, but I made it home without dying, which is good. Otherwise, I would not be here today. So, blessings. Yeah, that's about it. Now on to today's project. Okay, so here's my particular predicament. This stuff is supposed to be direct replacement for the stock intercooler piping. As you can see, it doesn't quite fit right. I mean, it mostly does. The issue is that bugger right there, this guy. This little metal thing. What this guy does is hold this guy in place. It holds the fuse box in place. The issue is, it also holds this in place, and I can't move it and make it fit. So today, I'm gonna try to cut some of that out and make this guy fit a little bit better. Hopefully that kind of frees up some space, and it'll work. And then after that, I have to figure out where to put this because, well, that just does not work. First things first, safety. Because I've totally been wearing these, you know, every time I work on the car. You know, every time. Keys. Well, actually, I don't need these today. All right, I got my gloves on, and we're ready to rock and roll.
It has no little light on it. But do you want to try this? But it's for...
No, it should be okay. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. If not, I'll let you know, but it should work.
You can try it. It'll be fine.
Me too. Yes. Wow, that was awesome. So yeah, the plan is just to cut like a piece out of there because I still want this here so I can support the fuse box. But yeah, the plan is just to take this chunk off, and then cut it off right here, and then yeah, that should do it. I just gotta take this out first. So yep, step one, take the piping out. Now that that's done, time to start cutting. Trying to figure this out. Sweet. I hope that doesn't fly off. This is totally safe. And there you have it. I cut a little piece off, and now let's see if that actually did anything. I need to just get rid of this cruise control because it's causing some issues. So close. Ah, come on. Hold up. Let me just... Oh my gosh, I think something worked on my first try. Oh my gosh. I mean, still gotta figure out the fuse box situation, but I mean, that was the hard part, right? I say that now, but just watch. See that? That is the beautiful play that I wanted, because now that lines up, and now this can move. Before, it was completely restricted, and it was an absolute butt to get in there. So now it works. Now I just have to figure out, because now I can still mount stuff up, because I didn't want to cut this whole piece off, because then this would only have one support that bolts up right here. So now it can still be supported on 2 spots, but now I have to find like a spacer thing so I can push this guy over so that he doesn't block off the blow-off valve outlet hose. But yeah, so I'm gonna hit it with some low grit sandpaper, try to smooth out the edges. I don't want it cutting anything. I have enough electrical issues as it is. But yeah, after that, I'm gonna try to find a spot to put the fuse box, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay, here's a tip. I thought I lost some throttle body bolts, and then I found them in this handy dandy bag that I put them in. So definitely, for sure, when you start taking stuff apart in your car, make sure you put the bolts into bags and label them, because I just about died because I thought I lost some very important bolts. Okay, throttle body's back on. Now, just gotta figure out where to put this fuse box. So here's what's going on. So with this piping here, this blow-off valve sticks out the wrong way. Not like the stock one did. So I can't have this where it used to be. It normally just kind of brackets in right there, because I got this guy right here that kind of sits here and basically pushes it that way. And but that won't work, because what I need a little pipe, little hose to go from here to the intake that would be right here. That's not a lot of playroom. So I'm gonna have to build like a little custom bracket that screws into these holes here and then screws into these guys, or at least one of them, so I can have it supported, because I don't want it just, you know, hanging there. So yeah, it'll sit about right there. It'll give me some room, but yeah. I'm gonna call it night tonight. I'm going to post videos every single week, hopefully more if I get to the car during the week, but Mondays are my day off, so that's when I'll get the majority of the work done in my car. But to give you guys an idea of what's coming next, so a couple things. Okay, so we got ourselves some arrow catch hood pins. I'm pretty excited to put these in because they look really, really cool. Couple tow hooks. So I got 2, one for the front, one for the back. I only might need 1 though, but I don't know, I'm not a race car driver, I don't know. Maybe someday though, that'd be kind of cool. More on that later. And then I got 2 Mitsubishi oil catch cans for my intake system, because my when I first took the intake pipes off of my Eclipse, they were like lined with oil. I don't want that, so catch cans. I already found a way to put them in too. Just finding, you know, an ideal setup for the stock PCV system and all that. So one last thing, it took me forever to find this, but this is a Carbonetics duckbill spoiler from their wide body kit. So can't wait to put this on. As you can see, I already painted it. Didn't do a very good job, but whatever, I'm not a professional painter. That's just about it. Like I said, I'll be posting videos hopefully at least weekly, and I'll see you guys next time.